Okay, so what is up, everyone? So today we are here with some. Oh, let me move my mouse. We are here with some Ashes of Creation August dev update footage. Now it is in 1080p. It will ping back in a second as I recorded it while they were streaming this time, so I could get straight into it instead of waiting for the VOD up on YouTube. What can I say apart from, gosh damn, this has probably been. I've watched now since June, and I've watched some of the prior months before then, but I've been watching since June. And, you know, ever since I saw the Asmongold interview, and then the Summit and Shroud interview, what can I say? I mean, this has been the best month for information. Next month is on Immersion for September, so look out for not only my video on that, but for Ashes of Creation and their dev update. But for this, they wanted to show off kind of the combat and animations and that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty much just gonna like talk over this gameplay really, because it looks fucking good, man. It looks so good. Gosh damn. So with this, they're showing basically how you can switch between tab targeting and the action combat. And basically, I think they said it's like you press Z and you switch, and then you can effectively go in and attack, and if you use your tab targeting skills, it will target the enemy you're attacking, or you can press, I think it was right click to tab target while you're in your action combat mode. You can roll as well, and I think you can also block, I believe they said. I don't know, we'll probably see that in a second. Also, just pointing out the graphics, I've been playing New World. New World video will be out tomorrow, and another follow-up New World video probably on Monday. Just like funny moments videos. But as I was playing that, I couldn't help but think, damn, the graphics are a bit rough. The gameplay just looks kind of meh. Don't get me wrong, I'm actually enjoying New World overall. But just looking at this, not only are the graphics way better and much prettier looking, and I think it has got a good enough art style where it shouldn't hopefully age too quickly. It could probably be a little bit more artistic so it ages slower. However, I do think it looks really good and not too realistic. And the effects they've got in this game are incredible. We'll see those a bit in a second. So pretty much today, they really just wanted to showcase off the combat, the castles, and kind of the art of the game. So they didn't really go over like absolutely loads. But nevertheless, this looks really good. So this is just him showing off a bit of the combat, as you can see here. And as you can see, when it targets, it shows the enemy's level as well as how much health they have. And then he's going in and he's using kind of his normal abilities, his swinging, his action combat, and it looks really good. It looks really good. You know, it very much gives me a this kind of ESO feeling. ESO is very much, it's like an action combat tab targeting hybrid, except you can't switch between the two. You're very much stuck in this hybrid all the time. Well, with this, you can very much switch between the two, which is very cool. If you're a traditionalist and you like your tab targeting, you can play it 100% tab target. Well, not 100%, you can play it 70% tab target. 30% of your skills do have to be action combat. But you can pretty much play it like you would WoW or any other kind of traditional MMO. And then if you're maybe a bit more of a modern MMO fan like me, you can play it 70% action, and 30% of your skills can be tab targeting. And that's basically what they're showing off here. Another thing I really want to note is, obviously this wasn't part of the talk, but the world design is really interesting. So obviously I just talked about the graphics a little bit, but the art style, how pretty this game is insane. Just look at it. Like it's so colourful, it just pops right out at you. And I hope they don't dull that down at all. Like there's a volcano in the distance, as part of the map. I don't know if that's in this clip or the next clip, but when you see the volcano, you're just like, wow, this, like, there's like in New World, there's like a big. It might also be a volcano. There's a big, yeah, there is a volcano in New World, and you look at it and you go, wow, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't really pop because in New World it's a little bit more, just toned down a little bit. It's not like pop his color. Don't get me wrong, like New World has got some great design in it. I'm not trying to bash New World. After playing it, I can safely say that New World, I think, will be good by the time it comes out. I think there was a good decision they delayed it. I'll get into that probably in my first impressions video, whenever that comes out. Next week some point, I would imagine. But with this, like, everything just pops. It gives me a big kind of like, with WoW and ESO, there are some areas of the map that are just like, they're just beautiful looking. You know, I think with ESO, I think of kind of Orion or Oregon. I'm gonna get that wrong. Or like Somerset. The more elven zones are just really colourful. Lots of pinks, like cherry blossom trees. You get this kind of this almost Japanese feel to it. And by Japanese, I mean that kind of that. Oh, look at that mountain. See, that mountain looks amazing as well. Just super cool looking. Super cool looking. Okay, so now we're getting into the next portion of the gameplay. I think this is about another 10 minutes. This is when I was talking about the volcano. Look at that volcano in the background. Stunning. The fact that it's even got that kind of the effects in this game. We'll see some more of the effects through this gameplay. But the effects are just so well done that, I mean, I hope my PC can run these effects. I've got a 2070 i7, so I'm hoping I should be able to run these effects, but I'm sure we've all played games like ESO or WoW when all the effects are going on at once, and that if you have them on the highest detail, it just destroys even the best PCs. So I really hope these effects can be run on max settings and run well on kind of rigs of my level at the very least. Of course, with the new graphics cards coming out, the 30 series and so on, all of this stuff's going to become super easy to do. But I hope on kind of my rigs, and maybe even some rigs below in spec, that these effects run well, because it really adds that just like a, I want to kind of quote the Chris Eubank meme, add a little bit of spice to that. Like, it's literally like that. It is the icing on top, or the cherry on top, whatever you want to say. It just really makes things pop. Moving on from kind of the world, though, this is really just, I'm basically giving my observations, because really they didn't actually get into much detail. And what they're entering right now, I think it's worth mentioning, is the castles, of which basically they start off with bots inside, like AI, mobs, and essentially you kill those as part of your kind of clan, and then your clan can take over them. And that you can be attacked by a rival clan, I believe. A rival guild, I should say. This is an MMO after all. Or you can also be attacked, I think every weekend, a caravan of, more mobs will come along, and your clan will have to defend from them. That way, if you're an inactive guild, you will eventually lose that castle, because if you're inactive, you're not going to be online to defend it. And if you are active, but you're not near your castle, then tough luck, you're going to lose it. And that's a good way to keep the world constantly moving, keep things, you don't want just a guild taking over a castle and then holding on to it forever. You kind of want them to eventually lose it to give another guild a chance, whether that be a guild who takes it by force or who just waits over time. Mobs take it one weekend when the guild's doing something else, and then you can swoop in and take the castle. Really cool to see. But yeah, so as we're going to see a bit of more combat here. This is more tab targeting combat they're about to show. I wonder if I can quickly skip to it so we're not having to watch them, because they're not doing anything right now. Here we go. This also, another thing to point out is the character design and the armor design. I like the aesthetic in games. I like my characters to look cool. I was all about the fashion Souls and the Souls games. You had to look your best, man. And damn, these armors look cool. I don't know so much about the dwarf armor. I'm not bothered about that. But the other two armors, the one that Steven is wearing, looks really cool. That kind of metal with leather look. And then the other person, I forget their name, but they're kind of more shiny metal. over cloth. It just looks so cool, and it's like reflective as well. It just looks great. So yeah, as you can see here, they're showing off the ability effects, and just, I mean, there's one ability in particular whereby you just see this like massive energy beam. I think they're going to use it in a second because it looks awesome. I mean, the standard fire abilities, they look cool, but I think they've kind of been overused. I am wondering if... here it is. Look at that. It looks awesome. It is going through a wall, which is a bit weird. Maybe they need to add a collision detection for it, so it doesn't go through walls, because that does look a bit wonky. However, this is, by the way, this is the Alpha 1 build. This is the build that those who, well, like the original backers of the game got access to, as well as certain streamers and YouTubers who have been kindly rewarded with access. I don't know when it starts. However, I imagine if this is the Alpha 1 build, it will probably be in the next couple of months. I think they did say end of this year, by the end of this year, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just look, just the effects, man. I feel like I'm going to bang on about the effects too much, but it does look really cool. Obviously, these castles won't normally be like this. They're just filled with mobs at the moment because there's no guild who's taken it over, which is completely fair enough. And it's a good little display of what it's like inside anyways. Now, I'm going to skip on a bit because they basically just run around it now. I feel like we've all seen the gist of it. They do a bit more combat outside, and then they run away and do some talking. What I did want to show, I think I missed it. Let me just... Right, here it is. So this is the teleport ability. We haven't really seen it much in action, but I'm going to show it off here because it looks awesome. Look at that. That effect, man. Bro, I'm talking about the Vex too much. Anyway, right, let's get into the turtle video. So here's some of the animations. I really love this sort of stuff, the kind of the behind the scenes engine footage. But this is showing off all the kind of different animations for the... I want to call it... what turtle is it? I can't remember what turtle it's called. Basically, this is a mount that you got if you backed the game, buying one of the game packages, which you can buy on the Intrepid Studios website. Basically, you got this as a reward for like last year. If you haven't already gotten a game package for this game, if you buy a game package, you are entitled to a certain amount of rewards, and every month afterwards, you will get the same tier of rewards. But you can't go back, so you can't get the past rewards, but you can get the new rewards and kind of onwards. So I've got I think the highest tier now, or at least I get access to Alpha 2, Beta 1 and Beta 2. So I also get the mount skins and the pet skins and stuff like that, as well as like so I will be getting access to this sort of thing, not this specific mount unfortunately, because it is really, really cool. But I just thought I'd show it off because this isn't really showing off much, but I just thought I'd show, it just looks nice, man. It's a nice looking mount. It really shows you what they're kind of aiming for, aesthetic wise. They've said that they've actually got even more interesting mounts to show off, that they'll be showing off around Alpha 2. So, I mean, that's just cool to know. More interesting creatures, the better. Because, you really want this game to feel alive and to feel like it is its own universe. And I think this sort of stuff really makes it set out its own little corner in the MMO RPG fantasy kind of world of gaming, and just storytelling in general, man. So it looks really cool. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I wish there was more to talk about, but after this they pretty much just show some more art behind the scenes. So yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up now. I'm just re-looping a bit of the video. There is unfortunately just not much more new information to talk about other than the combat and kind of just how everything looks like it's coming along. Overall, man, my hype is just keeps going up for this game. I really think this game looks incredible. I don't think it's going downhill at all, which is a good thing. I don't think that's going to change on a month anyway. I feel like if it starts to look worse, it will happen over a period of time, like a couple of months, and I'll notice that decline. But at the moment, it's just going up and up. I really can't wait for this game, man. Even with playing New World, New World for me, I think it's probably going to be my 4th MMO on a list of MMOs that I play. with WoW and ESO being above that, and I definitely think this game will be above it as well, in the top 3 for sure, I think, with this one. So anyway, that is all. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. I really do wish there was more information to say, but next month is Immersion, so hopefully that comes with a bit more detail to talk about. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.